Welcome to the Bunksville Literature Society, and today we're going to be discussing Where the Red Fern Grows by Harper Lee. Start off with, John, have you read Red Fern?
You know, I think I read it when I was in grade 3 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connor?
No.
Ben?
I think I read it in grade 7.
Okay. Will?
I read it somewhere around grade 7 as well.
Okay. Yeah, I did sometime too. So let's talk about Little Kim and Uncle Joe, the two dogs. What do you think of those names, Will?
I kind of forgot that was the names, but that doesn't seem very fitting for like a bloodhound. That's what I think the dogs are supposed to be, or something like that.
Yeah,
because they hunt raccoons.
Yeah, the hound dogs, I think. Ben, your thoughts on the names? What would you name them? What would you name two hound dogs that you got?
Probably name them like Chef and Prince.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Okay, Connor?
What would I name them?
Yeah. And just thoughts on the names. What would you name them?
Oh, I don't know. So the names are Little Kim?
Little Kim and Uncle Joe, I think.
Little Kim and Uncle Joe.
Something like that.
Okay. Thoughts on the names? I don't know. I wish they were... I mean, if it's two dogs together, you'd want like a 1-2 punch, like something that goes together maybe. Is there a male and a female?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they in love?
Are they sisters and brothers?
I don't know, I think they got them at an auction or something.
Okay.
Okay. What would I name them? I'd have to think about that. I take a lot of thought into naming dogs. Maybe I'll get back to you.
Okay. And John?
Shit, I don't know. Oakley, maybe?
Oakley.
Yeah. Or Copper from The Fox and the Hound, maybe. That's
Oakley
the name
and
of it.
Copper.
Yeah.
Two kind of beigey,
One of them's a girl, though,
coppery
right?
colors. Yeah, Little Kim.
Shit, I don't know what I'd call a girl. Oakley.
Okay. I mean, on that thread, like, what are you guys' favorite dynamic duo names of just anything? It doesn't have to be dog related.
Probably Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah.
Good one.
I like Statler and Waldorf from whatever that show is. Will?
Batman and Robin are always kind of cool.
Nice.
I think Dolce and Gabbana's a good combo.
Oh,
dynamic
yeah.
duo. Yeah.
We wear that lots in the Society Club of Bunksville.
It's official sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout
Not
out.
underfunded anymore.
Shout out.
We got Dolce & Gabbana.
Mm-hmm.
They're sponsoring all of our shoes right now.
We're
Okay.
all wearing Dolce & Gabbana shoes. Super
see 'em.
comfy.
Great style.
Affordable. Now, in the book, what I remember is, does anyone know the guy's name?
Samwise.
Let's call him Jimmy. We'll call him Jimmy.
That seems like it probably could be
It
Jimmy.
probably is Jimmy, I think. He has to work really hard. I don't think he's got much money, but he has to work really hard and saves money to get the dogs.
Which are like, they're $25, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
They're
so
super
25
cheap.
cents or something.
But it's like, I make like a cent a week or something.
So, if you made a cent a week and it took you 25 weeks, so say it took you half a year to save up, what the hell are you buying? Are you buying two dogs that are just going to cost you more money?
Good point.
John, Will, what are you going to buy? Is Jimmy an idiot? Does Jimmy have any sort of investment know-how?
Well, I feel like he sells furs for money. Could be mistaken,
yeah, right.
but
Oh, yeah.
I think the dogs might help him make more money in the long run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investing back into your business.
Yeah.
That does
Yeah.
make sense. Ben?
I agree with Will. It's a great initial investment. He'll soon be making lots of bank. Bump that up from 1 cent a week to 25 cents a week.
Connor, what are your thoughts?
Investing back in your business is always, good financial advice, but, a really wise man once told me, if you were to take that, 1 cent a week and put it in a low yield RRSP, you'd get, a lot quicker returns than simply investing in hound dogs to catch raccoons so that you can sell furs.
Yeah, just considering that time value of money and the compounding interest that you can receive on a low yield RRSP.
Exactly.
You can sell a little nest egg when you're a little bit older.
I just wonder, I didn't read the book, but I just wonder if Jimmy, even acknowledged that or thought about that even once. Is it brought up in the book at all? RRSPs and
I think it's American, so potentially 401ks could have been brought up.
oh, okay.
But I don't know any dog 401ks, more 401k9. Okay. John, your thoughts on Jimmy's investments into Little Kim and Uncle Joe?
Well, I'm wondering, like, in a world where a dog costs $25, how much does a raccoon skin cost? Like, I don't know, like $1? I have no clue.
These are like Davy Crockett times, though.
Right.
Raccoon hats were just
Good point. Just everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not that, supply and demand, right?
So do we know that he caught raccoons?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he did,
he
right?
caught
Coon skins.
Coonskins.
Wasn't that like his well, that was his kind of white whale. That was his Moby Dick, right? Or was he always chasing after raccoons?
Yeah, I remember you'd get the dogs and you'd chase them up the tree, and then you'd put the knife in his mouth and climb up the tree.
And just stab him? You ever stabbed a raccoon to death, John?
No, I saw one time though.
Yeah.
You saw a raccoon being stabbed to death, or you just saw a raccoon?
No, I saw him in the tree.
Oh.
Yeah. I was taking Oakley out for a walk, and he went and ran up into the tree and just sat watching us.
Wait, was that a porcupine or a raccoon? 'Cause
Well,
you
I've seen
told me this
porcupines.
story
Oh, I've
before.
seen porcupines too. That was a raccoon though.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
see raccoons around here too often, like ever. It was very startling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Connor, if you had a knife and you had to kill something, and you had a choice of rodent to kill, would raccoon be your top pick?
Ooh, I don't know. No, probably not because of their hands. I think they have opposable thumbs.
Frightening.
So just for safety purposes, I'd probably pick something a little more rodent-like. Probably. Ooh, that's tough. But then you'd want something big enough that you'd be sure you could sink your
Satisfying.
knife into.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss. You don't want to miss on that stab. So,
Like a rat, would you say?
well, I was thinking about a rat, but then I was thinking I might miss on the stab. So maybe a raccoon.
What about like a skunk?
Yeah,
A dangerous move.
yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for the danger of getting sprayed.
What about gopher?
Yeah, I don't think a knife is the appropriate weapon though for a gopher. I think it'd be much more suitable to just kill them with dynamite. Speaking of which, I think we got some lying around here.
Well, you had a job once where you killed gophers, right?
Yep.
How'd you do it?
We'd just take shovels to them, and we'd no choice. We were forced to do it.
Gopher
Yeah.
Avengers.
So what do you think if you could estimate your KD, what do you think it'd be?
Like if it was a daily KD, I was probably at 15 or 20.
And O?
Sorry.
What about the D?
I
Never got the slip on you ever?
I never died. No, not yet.
All right. Well, on the topic of gophers, one of the more efficient ways of killing gophers here in Canadian prairies was strychnine. Strychnine is a poison that kind of smells like licorice, but don't eat it. Don't be fooled. It kills you. And recently, actually, what was it, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Strychnine was banned by our Majesty, Lord Justin Trudeau. What are your thoughts on the banning of strychnine for whatever reasons? Because, what is it? I have no idea actually why it got banned.
Me neither.
Is it
I didn't
humane,
eat-
maybe? Killing animals?
Let's say it was bad because it I don't know,
I think
got into the water. Well, runoff. I bet you some environmentalism shit.
Brother.
I think it was.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, anything Justin Trudeau does, I don't even care what it is. I just don't like it. It's just my opinion.
Connor? Strychnine being banned because of runoff.
Come
Was
here.
Was that the reason?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're just assuming that.
Okay.
Look who it is.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know anything about strychnine. Oh, what's your
This is our own dog.
what's your drink?
This is our little John, or Uncle Joe, little Kim.
Hello.
He's all three. He's a transgender dog. All right, Ben, your thoughts.
Well, I don't think they actually banned it because of a runoff. I think they banned it because, it smelled like licorice, right? And I think it was just like, they didn't want to just trick the animals, They would think they're eating some goodies, but they would just get died.
It's like Tide Pods for gophers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dishonest.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's return to the red fern grows. Does Jimmy have a girlfriend? Does anybody know?
Does dogs count?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think he does.
How old is Jimmy even?
I want to say he's 15, 14, something like that.
Saving up for a dog. Eh? Okay. Well.
I remember there was one guy in that story who fell on his axe in the forest.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was kind of like a little shit, right?
He
Yeah.
killed himself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, fell on his axe.
Yeah, that was whack. I remember reading that as a kid. I'm like, that's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like an idiom, or is it falling on your sword?
Oh yeah, I think it's falling on your sword is
Falling on your sword,
That's when you. What does that mean?
like you screw yourself over.
I see.
You fall on your own sword.
Ah,
Because wasn't that kid trying to kill him or something?
I think he was. Or he's trying to hunt him down or something. I remember something like that.
Yeah. What the hell?
Connor, could that have been a allegory to gun control?
Yeah.
What's an allegory?
Something about, I think it's kind of like imagery, like allegory in the cave, right? Images. I don't know. Okay, so guy killed himself by accident, falls on his axe in the woods. Is it because of the dogs?
I think he trips over a root.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not very eventful.
did you when you guys read that scene? Did you have any idea what part of the axe went into him? I was thinking it was like one of those old medieval axes with like spikes on the top, but that wouldn't make sense.
I was thinking like he just fell with like a wood cutting axe, just like onto the blade. Like,
Jeez, that's like freaking Halloween or something.
Would that
It
actually
could be
kill
a
you?
double-headed axe, right?
Oh yeah, could have been.
Like Gimli.
Yeah.
Do you think that would kill you if you did that? I mean, you got to have a hell of an axe, or be like a really heavy guy.
yeah.
Because I mean, I've used a few axes and they're hard to cut things with.
Probably depends if you took the axe out of them.
Must have been razor sharp.
Which is never the case with axes.
No,
Axes are always shit dull.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, you don't have a chicken dick's chance
No.
getting killed by an axe. Okay, well, let's go to the part where the dad starts defending the black guy in court. That's the book, right?
that's
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh shit.
now imagine she's like,
Okay, let's go to the part where the dogs. What happens to the dogs?
Mountain lion.
Mountain lion. Okay.
who wins?
Yeah.
Pretty sure one of the dogs dies, but they take down the mountain lion. Or they fend it off or something.
Well, that's good.
Then the other dog dies of starvation or something like that.
Brutal.
Shit. Does Jimmy die?
I don't believe so.
Is that does it take place where the red fern grows? Is that the whole point of the book? Do you guys know why it's called red fern?
I think it's where the dogs die.
It is. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Was Jimmy too attached to his dogs?
I think so.
Yeah. How do you prevent attachment to dogs if you're a young 15-year-old boy without a girlfriend?
Get a girlfriend.
Well,
I don't know how to answer that.
John?
I think it's inevitable you'll get attached. Just how it is, unless you're like one of those cold, like psychos, who doesn't care about anything.
Like a cat person.
A cat person, totally. Yeah.
Connor? You've got a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you prevent from getting too attached? Maybe I'm with Ben. Is that you get a girlfriend? If the problem is getting too attached, you're worried about getting too attached. That's a very reasonable solution.
Here's a deeper question. Do we live in a society where humans are too attached to dogs and not to Christ?
I think if you had to pick between Christ and dogs, then you'd have to pick Christ. That's the only logical answer.
But do we live in a society?
No, I don't think our society really values Christ or dogs. I think it could be a little bit more for both.
Both not enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Connor, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with John on this one. Jesus helped create dogs.
Good point.
That's why we like them.
But it didn't make dogs our companion.
dogs make themselves our companion.
I mean, there's a reason they're called man's best friend.
Did Christ name a man's best friend? Did God name a man's best friend? When is a dog brought up in the Bible? Is a dog ever brought up in the Bible?
Daniel,
That's a good point.
Daniel in the dog den.
Really?
Yeah, they're brought up. They're brought up.
Okay.
There's something about a lady. I think it's a Samaritan lady talking about getting scraps under the table.
Right, yeah, scraps fall out. And that blows my mind too, you know, because they say back in the day those tables that those guys sat at in the Bible were like on the floor. So how do scraps fall off the table and dogs eat them? Like you got to be really sloppy at eating.
Or like a chihuahua, a little dog.
I guess they just had a bunch of chihuahuas running
little
around.
scraps.
I guess so.
Chihuahuas of Jerusalem.
Yeah. Yeah, the people in the Bible sound like pigs, you know, if there's just like scraps falling all over the place, and dogs are just eating.
You're saying a lower table, there's less likely to be scraps falling off the table?
Well, there's nothing to fall off of. It's just it's already on the floor, basically.
But it's still a little bit off the floor.
Is it? Is it just like a board sitting on the ground or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Well, Will, final thoughts. We'll go around. Final thoughts on the Red Fern Grows. Any themes, any motifs, you know?
I just remember it like being a sad book. 'Cause the dogs died in the end, and I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to read it again.
Okay, Ben?
You know, I think it has a big symbol in it. It's the handle of the axe, you know, impales a kid.
Okay. Connor?
So I didn't read the book, but the one thought that I always had growing up with it was I always heard about the Red Fern Grows, and then it would always be followed by, it's so sad. So I knew the initial premise was about some dogs and that it's so sad. So you knew 100% that the dogs die. I didn't even have to ask about it. So that's my thoughts on it, is that you know the dogs die whenever you hear that it's a sad book or movie about dogs. You know the dogs are going to die. Spoiler alert.
John, final thoughts.
Yeah. All I can say is I like dogs, and I'm sad they died in that book.
Well, yeah, this concludes our discussion about where the Red Fern grows, where it's not really about dogs, but more of just a marketing campaign for trying to say that axes are actually sharp when they're not. So this concludes our discussion. This is the Bakersfield Literature Society, and where we're underrepresented, underprepared, unread, and underfunded, and underprepared. Have a good one. Let us know in the comments what book we should read next.
Thank you.